Here I am. I think I'm live. Hi there. Karen Turpin, spiritual coach, checking in for an Ask Me Anything, as I promised that I would yesterday. Now, I haven't actually received any questions on the comment thread. Um, so I'm going to go with a question that came to me via a email just yesterday, actually. And so, what this lady was asking me is that she's looking to find her soul purpose, doesn't know where to look for it. How can she find her soul purpose? And then, of course, asking me if that was anything that I could help her with. So I thought that I would just talk about this, in the absence of any other questions from this. So, what I feel about the soul purpose or our soul purpose, or the fact that so many of us say that we're searching for our soul purpose, but I would question, are we really? Are we really focused on searching for that? Or is it just kind of one of those throwaway comments that we come up with sometimes? Like, oh, yeah, I'd love to know what my soul purpose is. Zoop, focused on something else, completely forget about the question that we've just asked. Now, I personally believe, no, have experienced that when we ask a question to the universe and we really want the answer and we're really focused and open to receive the answer will always come. It doesn't necessarily come in the way that we think it should, though, and sometimes we miss it. This is partly what I talk about in my intuition development class, because learning to sense and know and feel and hear how you receive your messages from the universe or your inner guidance, really, really important part that would then maybe lead you towards discovering what your soul purpose is if you are genuinely looking for it. Because we each receive our inner guidance or messages from the divine in a different way. And you could ask the universe, what is my soul purpose? Show it to me. But if you have an expectation that the answers will appear in a particular way and they appear in a different way, chances are you're going to miss them. So learning how you receive your guidance is really, really important. And then when you ask the question, what is my soul purpose? Show it to me in a way that I can understand. That's when you start to get a little bit more uh, kind of tuned in, and so that the message will come through in a way that you can understand. There are other things, other parts to this as well. So, um, in my light worker coaching program, I take people through several processes. It's a course over 6 or 8 weeks. So there are processes in there where we really dig into finding your soul purpose, finding the obstacles that stop you from seeing it or stop you from hearing it or really taking it on board. This is all subconscious mind stuff. But also, we can look to what's written in your DNA as inner knowing, or as soul record, really, because that is in your body. This is why I'm so protective of the DNA as well, um, because our past life memory and our consciousness, maybe if we're a star seed, if we have consciousness from life on other planets, all of that is stored in your DNA. Very, very precious record of consciousness that you can tap into. And so with my clients, I help them to start to dig into this inner knowing, this deep inner knowing. And as we work through that in a particular process, I have a framework for how I get into these particular layers. And when we do it in that way, we're revealing all that is within us, and that real deep inner knowing of what you're here for, what your soul purpose is. So when this lady wrote and asked, I'm looking for my soul purpose, can you help me with that? How do I find it? Well, there's not really a simple answer, because actually your soul purpose is all around you. You may even get some indications of your soul purpose literally by going into your heart and saying, what inspires me? What lights me up? What do I love doing so much that I could do it even if I didn't get paid to do it? You know, so there are many layers of questions that we can go deep within ourselves and ask, and our soul purpose will reveal in many different ways. It's not just going to come in one direct way. So I'm just going to try and check and see if anyone did check in to listen and ask me any questions. It's always a challenge to find where I'm actually going to appear on Facebook, because you know what Facebook's like. But anyway, I hope that that has kind of made you think a little bit about your purpose, because you are definitely here for a purpose. There's a reason that you're here. You are unique. Only you has the expertise that you have gathered through your life experiences, this one and many, many others, maybe on other planets, definitely in multidimensional levels of consciousness. And all of that combined is your expertise. So, what I always recommend for people looking for their soul purpose, it's not going to be just one thing. It's not going to be, oh, your soul purpose is to XYZ. It's going to be much bigger than that, multi-layered to that as well. Also worth remembering that maybe it's not just one purpose, but a series that unfold into greater and more expanded levels of that one thing. And that will be dictated to you by what you hold within you in your consciousness code, in your DNA code. So it is all within you. Yes, I can help you find that. That's what I said to the lady. And yes, there is such a thing as finding your soul purpose. And I think it's fair to say that if you absolutely love doing a particular thing, then there is something there that you should pay attention to. So if you love to teach children, maybe your purpose is to exactly do that. You know, if you feel completely expanded and you know that life is worth living when you help people in this particular way, then go with that. It's a great starting point, because where your soul purpose is, there is passion, there is light, there is love, there is a feeling of fulfillment, because on that day anyway, you have stepped into an aspect of your soul purpose that lights you up, and those are the signposts that you need to look for. So there are many ways that we can approach looking for your soul purpose. As I say, it's all within you. It is uncoverable by you. However, when it all remains in bits and pieces out there, that's when you can kind of think that you're not on track. So what I help people do is pull all of that together and put it together in one package that actually makes sense, because that's when all these aspects of you are coming together and forming the bigger vision or the bigger picture of what it is that you're here to do. And of course, that is your soul purpose. So I hope that was helpful to you today. And I will be back again next week to do some Ask Me Anythings. So if you have a question, please make sure that you let me have that either on my Facebook page, Karen Turpin. Does it say spiritual coach? Karen Turpin, I think it's just called, my page. And then my Instagram is definitely Karen Turpin, spiritual coach. You can find me there. And also find me in my Facebook group, which is Source Light Connection. So I hope it's been helpful today. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.